Yay.
We're live.
We worked. It worked. Crazy, crazy, crazy.
I know. So I'm glad that we finally got that fixed. So
Broadcasting issues.
I know. So without further ado, because I know we are extremely delayed, right? I'm going to ring the meditation singing bowl to clear our space and energy, and then we can get started.
Sounds good.
All right. So, um, let's go ahead and hop into this hot topic, right? This Gemini
Sounds good.
new moon, because it is very Gemini like in
It
nature.
is. The
So,
trickster.
yeah. So, yeah, let's go ahead and dive right into it, and I will be right back.
So it was exact for the West Coast yesterday at 5:38 a.m. and on the East Coast at 8:38 a.m. in the sign of Gemini, 16 degrees. So Gemini is the twins. It is a air mutable energy ruled by Mercury. The keywords are I think. So Gemini is very busy in their mind, um, sometimes accused of being fickle because they get bored easily. And just like the mythology of Mercury, the winged messenger, Gemini energy is all about disseminating information. Think of it as like the internet, the courier systems, like getting information from one um, destination to the other. And so it rules naturally the third house of the zodiac wheel. And that's where you find like siblings, cousins, aunts, uncles, step children, step parents. It is also where you find communication and what else do I want to say? Expression, short trips. Um, I think where I see it play out the most is siblings and communication in your chart. Um, it's in the area of the chart that also rules childhood. So the it also rules like automobiles, bicycling, publications, letters, radio, broadcasting, school systems, treaties, storms. So those are some of the things you don't hear about as often with Gemini. And this evening, we're just having a heck of a time with our broadcasting um, software. And we have squaring this new moon Saturn. And Saturn is a square to Saturn is kind of a rub. And Saturn makes you feel restricted. So we've been restricted from broadcasting. And, Saturn is always about learning patience, and thankfully Scorpio Moon persevered and kept pushing buttons and figuring out how to get us connected. So
I wasn't going to give up.
didn't give up. And also we have Venus squaring this new moon, which new moons are all associated with new beginnings. Venus, this could be new love. Um, it could be new sources of money. It could be like something new, creative in your life, or you may want to start something new and creative, like take an art class or you know, plant a garden, just do something to beautify your surroundings. The Venus conjunction the new moon, besides new romance, it's more about like family and friendships and like making any kind of gap in relationships stronger. So, you know, our world has gone through such divisiveness over the last 4 years, and we all have stories about family estrangements and friendships that have ended over whatever your particular opinion is about the pandemic or any amount of political issues. So Venus squaring the new moon is an opportunity to heal any gaps in relationships and make them stronger. So, if you've had any propensity to reconnect with someone that you've lost touch with, this would be a very fortuitous energy to do that kind of thing. It's about like understanding people's emotional needs and to be more nurturing. So, especially when it comes to those family relationships like siblings, aunts, uncles, stepchildren, step parents, cousins, those connections in family, like a few generations out or removed. So it's a very good energy for supporting positive conversations. And while you were trying to figure out how the heck to get us connected, I was checking out one of my LinkedIn feeds or whatever, and it was about how to leave a job on a positive note. So now that it's out at my job, I can speak to that I have resigned my position and I have been offered a new job. And it's a great new opportunity. It's working fewer hours, making more money with the flexibility of working from home, which is a big, big thing for me, which has been a big rub from where I currently am. And this LinkedIn article, and one of this, they have this whole litany of checklist items that I have to do before I leave. And, or I don't get paid my vacation, my unused vacation. So they're holding my PTO hostage. So I'm making sure that I'm being a good little girl. So one of the things is an exit interview, and I printed it off. It's this portal that I'm supposed to go to. And it's all these questions about, what did you like here? What didn't you like here? Would you recommend working here? What would have made your experience better? And right now, until I just read that little article, my feeling has just been no comment. I just don't want to get into it because it's not going to make a difference. And we're just moving on. Well, this article talked about, it was really good wording. I'm going to have to go back to it and take from it because it was like, my new opportunity aligns with my own development and career growth. You know what I mean? Doesn't that sound good? So it was just sort of apropos. And Gemini is all about, communicating and finding information, and a lot of it swirling around. It rules the nervous system. So you may feel, I had to get dental work done yesterday, and I've never had this happen before, but I was like shaking. And I usually don't have that kind of feeling at the dentist. It was really weird, but that was right on the new moon, literally when I was there. So you may when you look at the physical body and the different representations, Gemini is the nervous system, the shoulders, arms, hands, lungs, this area of your body. And a common unfortunate emotion of the nervous system would be depression, and that can be related to having difficulty letting go. So, I was recently talking to someone about their depression that they don't want to really talk about or admit to.
Mhm.
But one of the things that I've learned about depression over the years is it also comes on a person when they feel like they have no choices or options. And you always, always, always have options and choices. It's just opening your mind to seeing them and being open to pushing through whatever fear comes up about changing or trying a new option.
Mhm.
So, some of the herbs that are helpful with depression are oats with vervain, basil can help if you can integrate basil with your food. Even smelling basil will give you a lift. Rosemary. So the aromatherapies that you can integrate really help depression. Journaling. Um, so another thing is in depression, people tend to be too focused on themselves. And if you'll step out and even despite your sadness or depression, extend yourself to help someone else, just shifting your focus off yourself can help change that energy of depression. So, and there's a lot of that going around, the world, depression based on all the different wars and economy and health scares and fear mongering. And I mean, so I think all of us to some degree acknowledge and have to stay aware of depression. And, it's okay to be depressed for an afternoon or something, but not to stay there. Don't stay
Like
there.
chronic depression.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's the summer. It's time to go and get some sunshine.
Yes. Yes. Get out in the fresh air and the sunshine.
Mhm.
So, Gemini represents the solar plexus chakra.
Mhm.
That's where we have lessons of radiance, warmth, awakening, humor, laughter, transformation, and immortality. Um, you can reduce stress and tension with celery, spearmint, bee pollen, exercise, and meditation. I know we're, you know, for the northern hemisphere with, warmer regions, farmers markets have started popping up. And here we have farmers that will bring in bee pollen from their beehives, and it's just a powder. It's very earthy tasting,
Like a
but just,
nutty.
yeah, like it's just a teaspoon of that can really help your immune system and nervous system.
Mm.
So, any issues with lungs or asthma might be a manifestation of repressed crying or the fear of living fully. Integrating thyme and eucalyptus can help with lung um, issues. Shoulder pain relates to carrying burdens, and the pain can be eased with things like comfrey, the herb comfrey, wall germander, a moist heat castor oil compress. Um, I've been into lately these infrared light stems. That is just some kind of infrared light. If you have, like a shoulder or hip or knee or something, I've even used it on my dog. And what it does is it stimulates oxygen to move through those joints and areas that's supposed to relieve any kind of like bruise or injury that you're feeling from that.
Mm.
Um, The crystals for Gemini there are others, but some are moonstone, citrine, calcite, opal, agate, and tiger eye.
Mm-hmm.
So that's sort of um, in a nutshell, what Gemini energy is about, what it rules. It's highly intelligent, very versatile, very quick minded. They can be very outspoken. And a lot of times, to try to have a conversation with Gemini, you just end up them giving you a lot of questions. They don't tend to be very direct on answers, but they'll answer a question with a question. And so I know that I've spoken about this before, but hopefully new people will be listening and it won't be a boring old repeat story. But I had two brothers that were both Gemini. They were 18 months apart. One was born May 27th and one was born June 8th. One was blonde and blue eyed, one was brown hair with brown eyes. They were very close brothers uh, in their youth, and then as adults were not close. And that concept of twins is a seeking, like that in that individual soul is searching for that missing twin. And that's that symbology that you get with the twins for Gemini. There's this definite duality involved with this energy. Like um, with them, they were opposites. One was very straight and um, industrious, intelligent, certainly did a lot of moving and shaking. The other one got pulled down by alcohol and like hard drugs and the wrong crowd. Um, so there was a dark and a light there between them, even though they were, close in age, close birthdays. Um, so of them, growing up with these two Gemini brothers, I think the thing that I observed the most was kind of a fickleness. Like it was very hard for them to stick to something. Um, Not to say it's impossible, and other aspects of a person's chart are definitely going to play into this, but I'm just talking in general that air mutable energy gets bored. If they don't feel intellectually stimulated, they get bored and they seek and search for more information or for that linking piece between getting networking people together to bring together a event or contract or information that links people. So along with the Gemini new moon, we had it squaring Saturn, which I mentioned with this whole broadcasting um, thing tonight, having a hard time doing that. And
Mm.
Saturn is in Pisces. So that's going to bring a lot of focus to um, like creative work, Saturn and Pisces. And the Gemini energy can make like difficult situations work. And it's because of that creative element to find a creative way out of a problem or a creative way, a workaround, right?
Mm.
So, and that could be in a lot of different genres, like for computers and, what we were doing, you worked around it by renewing a link. It could be a workaround where you have a party planned and it's going to rain and you got to work around somehow getting that party moved inside. So this energy is about working around a difficult situation to make it work and using your creative mind to come up with creative ways to make something work out. And also is Pluto is trining Jupiter. So That's very interesting. It's about regeneration of like family dynamics and generational kinds of um, breaking free of conventional family traditions. Um, it's so interesting how this stuff goes in so many layers because you have social patterns that have been disrupted by the Pluto Saturn conjunction of December 2019 and 2020 through 2022 for sure had families um, shook up and shifting. And so we're in kind of the backside of that fallout of things sort of being tossed up in the air and having to look at things a different way. And now those pieces of the puzzle might not be falling where you would expect because
Mm-hmm.
information is coming out that reveals, Gemini is the trickster. And to a
Like
certain,
you said, what? You said that long time ago, and now
yeah,
it's not even that?
yeah,
Is that what
right.
you're talking about? Like,
Yeah, and that we were tricked, right? That
oh
through
boy.
broadcasting and media, we've been hoodwinked.
Mm.
And so finding that out can make people emotional. That's what I mean about with that Venus conjunction, the new moon. This is a good time to reach out and mend fences. Like if, one example I think of, the office I worked in at that time would not let me in the office because I refused to be vaccinated, right?
Mm.
They flat out, you can't come to the office when people are here. So I'd work at home during the day. And then when everybody cleared out of the office at 6 or 7 o'clock at night, I'd go over and work for another few hours at night by myself. So I was working really long hours. But
Mm.
we both all felt very strongly about our position. I
Mm.
wasn't going to do that. They did and didn't want to be around anybody who wasn't. So now, fast forward 4 years later, they've had to verify my employment through this process of getting this new job. And evidently it went fine. And so it just makes me wonder, do they have any, and they probably don't have any thought of how, they treated people that way because, our fine, fair scientist was testifying to Congress this week and, they caught him in all kinds of lies and all kinds of manipulation. And, one of the senators threatened to have him put on trial for crimes against humanity. So we may hear more of that kind of rhetoric. We've had some very prominent trials going on in the country lately. And I
Mhm.
want to point out the connection to some of the energies astrologically.
Okay.
So just this week, we've had two that I know of, and there's probably more, but we've had two mainstream media stories about jurors accepting bribes to like throw their decision. So one of the and so brides are represented by Neptune and Venus. Jurors and juries are represented by Jupiter and Venus. So
Mm.
Venus is under a lot of focus this week with this new moon, and
So you think Venus is like, feigning ignorance, so to speak? Like, "Well, I thought it was like this, and so I just yeah."
that's certainly in Gemini, that sort of
Yeah.
airhead way. Um, Neptune is squaring Jupiter right now. So a square really brings a lot of tension. So you've got a planet ruling brides and a planet ruling juries in a 90-degree angle. Can I do that?
Mhm.
But anyway, so it's a lot of tension. And for that to come out under that kind of aspect gives you an idea of how these energies can play out.
Mm.
And Neptune is at 29 degrees of its home sign of Pisces. And anytime a planet in its home, anytime a planet is at a last degree, it's important, but especially when it's in its home, it's intensified. So that Neptune is also making a sextile to Pluto. And sextiles are an interesting energy. They ease up some of that tension. So that's where, Gemini is the trickster and the comedian. So people might find the humor and the irony in, you know, big important legal court cases and big high courts coming out with jurors being bribed. I mean, that just is so Hollywood. That's what you see in movies. This case out in Minnesota was a $40 million case against 7 individuals who defrauded the state of Minnesota under a pandemic food fraud scam. They were taking money from the government under COVID and misusing it. And it was 7 people in this big scam, and 5 of the 7 were convicted, and some lady dropped $120,000 at one of the jurors' doorsteps to say she would get more if she voted not guilty. So, and now the FBI is investigating that. So it's just very interesting how, Neptune, Jupiter, Venus, they're not just like the warm, fuzzy, dreamy, intuitive stuff. They're the criminal, money, legal stuff. Remember, Jupiter is the courts and the law and justice and judges. So that's kind of an element as you're watching, and I wouldn't recommend watching mainstream media, but
If you want to be entertained, go ahead.
yeah, you got to find out what the weather's going to be at least, maybe. But if you keep it in the context of thinking about, Neptune is mysteries, it's very ethereal and deep and dark and hidden. Jupiter brings expansion to the truth. It thrives for the truth. In Gemini, we're going to hear it broadcast. We're going to see information disseminated. That's what Gemini does. And then Venus is all about love and money. And, I think there was another high profile case that's sort of been petering out where 2 of the high profile district attorneys were having a romantic affair, and one of them got hired because of his affair with this high up official in the government. So very Venetian, very Neptunian, that seductive part of Neptune. So I guess I just wanted to kind of point out some of the not so much talked about aspects of these energies as it relates to what our world is going through. Oil is Neptune. So there's like a whole bunch of political stuff about oil and prices right now, and refineries and supplies, and currency is Venus, and so certain currencies no longer being accepted to buy oil. That's very Neptune Venus. So that's on more of a mundane level of what's going on for social patterns and humanity. It's shifts in the legal system. It shifts in energy. We have Pluto in Aquarius, which brings up that whole, the electric vehicle thing. So when you're talking about oil and energy and Gemini Mercury is all about travel and trips and modes of how we get from point A to B, whether it's a bicycle or a car or a train or a plane. You know, don't we have like one of the world's biggest manufacturers of jets like under some investigation right now for a bunch of failed inspections? They had to ground all of these planes because of shoddy workmanship. And, so then that ripples down into the travel community because flights get canceled, people pile up in airports. So if you're wondering what the heck is going on, if you look to the planets to see, Neptune squaring Jupiter brings confusion to the law and finding justice. It also brings light to mysteries because Jupiter is an expansive light of truth. So it can go both ways, where it can be a big mystery, but it can also be a big mystery resolved or solved or the truth found. Um, Neptune sextiling Pluto is another. Pluto in Aquarius is all about unconventional ways of doing things. Like we're deconstructing how things have been done. Um, whether you put gas in your car or you plug it into a battery, it's deconstructing in unconventional ways how we get what we need to do done. And, the element of Neptune to nurture is that intuitive side. In Pisces, this is all about your intuition and trusting yourself over what you see externally by someone else telling it to you.
It
Um,
just seems like what the gist of this energy is that, like what you just said, like really just follow your intuition on whatever you think, because what you think is probably not the truth, or maybe it's a half truth. And plus, like, and who knows what the truth is, it probably doesn't even matter, because it's being hidden or, you know manipulated in some sort of way.
this is a really good time to, if you aren't already comfortable in doing this, um, or if you're a little on the edge of not making full commitments to doing this. But intuition is that quiet, still voice. And it's quite often the very thing you don't want to hear, right?
Hmm.
Our ego gets involved and says, oh no, I'm scared. I don't want to do that. But your small, quiet voice that resonates in your solar plexus is your intuition, right? And in your heart. So this is a good energy, even on a small scale, to practice your intuition. Like, I think the typical one, of course, with caller ID, it's made it easy to cheat. But, when your phone rings, not using caller ID to see who it was. But before you look at it, what's your first thought of who that is? Because the intuition is another muscle within our brain that gets exercised. And so, like any muscle, if you use it, it gets stronger. But we have to give ourselves opportunities to use our intuition and not rely on AI or an electronic to tell us anything.
Hmm.
Before you go Google something, sit quietly and ask yourself that question and what comes through. I I think it's really important as we navigate further into these energies this year to take breaks from electronics.
Yeah.
we really need to unplug from the games, the phones, the computers. You know,
Well,
if you
now, I mean, I think somebody created something to kind of like shield yourself from 5G or 4G
yeah,
technology and how much of a difference they actually felt by
right,
having that cloaking device or that
right.
shield.
And
Um,
we really need to make a commitment to that. And even if it's 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes a day, to just sit somewhere in nature, you know, or sit somewhere where you feel safe, but just be quiet and unplugged. And that will also strengthen your intuition. Of course, Neptune is the dream state, you know, and paying attention to your dreams and um, writing them down. You know, these are really, really ancient practices way before electricity. And
mm,
we really, I think, to thrive in the shifts of humanity, because they're coming, they're here. It's not anything we can stop. We have to take care of ourselves. And one way to do that is to, you know, honor our bodies and our brains and our hearts without any assistance from anything electronic. And, you know, it just is a really good way to use this kind of energy, is to take the opportunity to just unplug and spend some time in nature. And along with that comes your creativity. It increases. And
mm,
anytime you can be more creative to resolve your answers and uh, tasks or obstacles in your way, you'll always end up better.
mm. No, that sounds good. I want to go out to the park.
Someone said to me today about, we were talking about something, and she said, now watch that come up on the phone. And it's just too weird that you can be thinking or talking about something and then look at your feeds on your phone and it's there.
Mm,
To me, that's very disturbing. That's very disturbing and unsettling. Or, you know, there's places in the country, in the world, where they put chips under your skin that have all of your financial information, and you just scan your hand when you're going through a store or something, and it takes your money out of your account. That to me is frightening. Now, to a lot of people, that's exciting and convenient, and that's what they want. It's just not my cup of tea. But
well, that's like just like tagging your identity. That means like you can't get away with anything. There's a whole track record of when you go piss, take a dump, like go buy something at the grocery store, you know. And why do they need that kind of data? You know, and I know that, you
to
know, and
control,
well,
to
yeah,
control.
well, I know in the marketing field, you know, that's actually good information because then they know like what the market is like and what the trends are and like who like the advertisers, you know, like what they could benefit from and all this and that. So I understand, but like they should do it the wholesome way, not through like um you know, just now that they have it at their fingertips that they're just going to collect data. And I get that, like certain social networks, you know, they do that sort of thing. But the biggest one is the bank. The bank has all that information.
It's really, you know, and I guess with Pluto, it's all about your mores, social mores, what your values are, what your morals are.
Mm,
And aspects to Pluto always bring up that. And, we'll find in any community differences of opinion of just this, how much people want those conveniences of that robots and AI can bring to their life, and people who, want to be off grid and unconnected, totally unconnected. There was a piece of software recently I was reading about. In law firms, time is money, and we have to keep track of our time to bill clients. And that's how, we keep time electronically. I run timer on each file, and then it gets turned over into a billing. And well, this software was an AI software that would automatically track all your emails and how much time you spent on them for each given matter. So it's not perfect, but
Yeah, I mean, but like, sometimes you have to, like, you could get distracted because you had a phone call. Are they going to record that, or are they gonna just do the metric? Oh, well, it took her two
yeah,
hours to write that email. Like, no, like it doesn't work like that, you know?
and that's part of the social mores. I mean, is how much of a personal touch do we want to eliminate from
Mhm.
our tasks, our daily work? How much?
Well, I know people in management like those like gimmicky tools because
Yeah,
then,
money,
they could use it to micromanage everyone's like,
right?
well, why aren't you like on task, when it should only take you 10 minutes, but it took you 1 hour, and they had no idea that maybe, you had to help like like one of your colleagues and stuff,
You
with
had the
like
blue wheel of hell, circling in your computer because the server went down.
yeah, yeah, that too. Like, did they account for that? No. So yeah.
So these are going to be the topics. And with Gemini, more chattiness, more
Sometimes the chattiness is so much chatter, then you forget about what the frick you were
what the
talking.
point was.
Yeah.
Now, as we get, we're on June 7th,
Mhm.
and on the 21st, we have a full moon in Capricorn.
Mhm.
So we're starting to get into, that would be the summer solstice and the sun moving into Cancer. So here in Gemini land, everything's pretty fickle, busy, schools are graduating, people are starting to take their week's vacation to the beach, and, there are these routines that people have during certain times of the year. This is like after Memorial Day, beginning of summer, you know. Um, and then as we get towards the end of the month, we're getting more into that Cancerian nurturance, um, totally different energy. A cardinal water energy is very different than an air mutable energy. So we
Mhm.
get a little more serious with Cancer. We get a little more, um, we want to make goals and, get things done around the home and the family. And so that's the thing about astrology and the language that kind of explains these 3 and 4 week periods that we shift through all throughout the year, right? So
Mhm.
right now we're in a very flighty kind of, giddy energy of Gemini, and so, and depending on what your personal planets are, and aspects being made, you know, it can be more difficult or not for people. And, the upside of that is, well, within a few weeks, the energy changes. So, um, a whole lot of it is just about trying to find that balance of not getting too far one way or the other, not getting too high or too low, and understanding the nature of time and energy and the shifts that we go through. Because also with the planets, as they are making aspects, and there's so many things we could talk about, we could talk all night about some of these outer planet aspects. But one of my old teachers used to say, oh, don't worry about all those, it just makes the chart look like pizza. Just stick to the basics. So we're just sticking to the basics for the purpose of simplicity. But my point is that if you're feeling really like wired and chaotic and crazy, is certainly the signature in the heavens for that. But also those solar flares coming off the earth, the surface of the sun that
Mm.
NASA has been measuring. You can go to NASA's weather website and it shows you daily these solar flare storms that are record breaking. And I think it was week before last where the scale of how they measure it, one flare was like a once a year occurrence, and they had 13 in 3 days of that
Mhm.
intensity.
I think I felt that too because I remember I was just so tired and I couldn't figure out why. It was like nothing special was going on. It was just I felt so drained and I needed to sleep.
I've heard other people saying that. I've had white noise.
Mm.
There's just been a buzzing white noise sound that I notice, and my ears pop some.
Mhm.
Um, that's where your creative outlets can help you. And if you need to sleep, you sleep, right? This friend of mine today was talking about, she's retired, but she's like, I've been sleeping till 10:30 every morning. And I'm like, she doesn't recognize that she zooms around and goes and does and volunteers for this and part-time bus driver for that, and her family and she's just always going and doing. And she recently got down a little bit with some bronchial kind of infection and was given some medicine, and it's made her tired, and she's talking about sleeping late. I was like, well, think about how active you are, and the medicine, maybe your body needs that sleep, and so
Mm.
I think that's where intuition also is good to, listen to what it's telling you your body needs, you know, and
Definitely sleep.
yeah.
I sleep. I mean, so I'm in the same boat as her. I wake up like until 10 o'clock in the morning. But even at 10 in the morning, I'm very tired. But to that point, I don't go to sleep until 3 o'clock in the morning,
Mhm.
sometimes 4 o'clock in the morning. And it's because I do most of my creative stuff like in the wee hours in the night. Um, and I know that that's not healthy. I should have a limit, to because I shouldn't have to like, keep going. But because I work with people on the other side of the planet, that's kind of the situation right now. So I have to like be awake at certain times. But yeah, I sleep until like 10 and then I feel like, I should wake up earlier, but I know that, technically it's okay to sleep that much. It's just I'm in a different time shift.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's just it, finding your natural rhythm and trusting it.
I want to wake up early because I would feel more productive if I did.
I don't know if there's any truth to this, or if it would motivate you to maybe try to at least limit how late into the night you work. But supposedly between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. are the most regenerative time for our body.
Mm.
So to be, asleep and allowing that natural
Circadian rhythm.
mhm,
Hmm.
to
Yeah, normally I try to go to sleep around 1:30, and I'm usually asleep by 2. But then my kitty wakes me up around 5.
yeah,
No, I don't get very much sleep, and then an hour later, meow, and I'm like, okay, what is it now?
yeah,
It's like I want to sleep, meow, like he's doing right now. Um, do you hear him?
I do.
Oh shoot.
He's cute.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I pulled out the cue cards because Gemini is the trickster and we need some humor.
Okay. Yeah.
I
So yeah, I pulled out the Gilded Reverie.
These are just fun. I don't
Because
know
I
that
don't.
you get any real deep answers from these cards, but we'll just
Yeah,
use our creative imagination.
I wonder because I'm trying to figure out, do I have any fun ones over here, and I can't really think of any.
Well, no, I think you should go with your first choice there.
Okay, fine.
Yes. First voice, first choice.
Okay, so first we're gonna start off with Aries.
Aries. There's still quite a lot going on in Aries. Let's see.
Hmm.
We have a couple of asteroids in the North Node still in Aries. Chiron in Aries. Oh, let's see. What have you got there?
I got a Well, which is a good card.
I got the clock. Tick, 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 tick.
And we
Time.
were just talking about time.
Yeah.
So the Well is like your wishes coming true.
It's just a matter of time, Aries.
Yeah. So like something is stable that is approaching you. It's like some new beginning. There is some sort of change that is going to happen. And it's almost time. Okay. So
Maybe either at midnight or noon.
yeah, I know, right? Yeah, this is actually a really good omen, I would
Yeah.
say,
Tick,
for
tick.
Aries. Yeah, it's finally if you've been waiting on something, it's finally here. So it's good.
Yeah, with the North Node in Aries, those are fated encounters and destiny kinds of things.
Mhm.
So that would, let's see, it's at 12 degrees. So sun, moon rising somewhere within 5 degrees of that could be pretty significant for an Aries.
Yeah. So you got something good coming towards you, whatever that you were wanting. So good for you.
Be patient. Aries can be so impatient.
Hmm. All right. So for Taurus, I have the Calla Lily.
I have mend a relationship.
Oh, okay. So this is about like really a relationship, to be honest.
Right. Mend
Um,
relationships.
yeah, I see here the King of Swords. So maybe you're going to receive some honest, clear communication about healing a relationship, and it could be because of a third party situation. Yeah.
And maybe the relationship, the Taurian stubborn streak might have had something to do with the relationship falling out. So to mend the relationship, it would be, stop being so stubborn
And just work on it.
and see every side of the story.
There is something here about purity and thought. Um,
And aren't calla lilies associated with, like, don't you see those a lot around funerals? Peace. I'm thinking of peace lilies. Those are cal. I'm thinking of peace lilies. Yeah, maybe making peace with
Red
some.
Cross.
Yeah, yeah. You know, like if there's a relationship, Taurus, think about if that person were gone tomorrow, do you really want to leave it the way it was left? You know,
Hmm. I would say, just make peace with it. Nothing lasts forever. Don't be too stubborn about a perspective. Kind of like that saying goes, like just let them be right.
right, right. Be
Yeah.
nice. Play
Yeah.
nice. Yeah. It's not worth the tension and the negative vibes.
Yeah. And I know Taurus could be really stubborn um but
Really
if
stubborn.
yeah, if they have a little bit of compassion, and I know they are very compassionate people, then they would let this one slip through the cracks.
And we still have Mars and Uranus in Taurus.
Yeah, that could be the reason why they're like, "No,
Right.
I'm standing my ground."
Fight.
Mhm.
Give up the fight.
Yeah. Just ease up a little bit.
Mars. Be the lover, not the fighter.
Yeah. That sounds good. Gemini. Wow, look at this. This is your twin flame over here.
This is attraction.
Well, you're going to attract your twin this time around. Wow.
That's pretty cool.
Mhm.
Doesn't get much better than that.
I know.
Got the Venus conjunct the moon, which is about new romance.
Yeah, also this is like Page of Cups, so it's like, being shy about revealing your feelings towards that other person. Um,
Regenerating a relationship. It's
mhm.
not new romance, but injecting some new thing into an existing relationship to get that magnetism back.
Yeah. So that's actually a really good thing, Gemini.
It's a
Mm.
great thing.
Yeah. I mean, he finally
I'm gonna
found
be a Gemini.
that's the Gemini way, like
Yeah, I'm gonna be a Gemini for a day.
yeah.
Watching my brothers being Gemini, that I don't know if I could handle it. They were all over the place.
Mhm, mhm. I have a couple good friends who are Geminis. They're just so funny
And
and so like creative,
yeah,
and I love their personality, but they just can't like be serious. Like I don't know. I just can never really, it's like it's good that they're friends, but
constant stimulation. Don't
yeah, but if it's like for a relationship, like no, like they could probably be better suited with some other person. And I guess for myself, I'm more of a grounded person because of my
yeah,
Capricorn aspects, but Gemini is just too fun. Yeah.
yeah, they are fun. I used to call one of my brothers a jack of all trades.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do. And they're like a sponge. Like they know every little like useless fact.
And they don't know any strangers. They could talk to anybody like they've known them forever.
Yeah. I was like, hey, what's going on? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
30 minutes
You
later,
know me.
you're discussing, what kind of wood to carve out of decoys or something.
All right. So now we're on to Cancer.
Cancer.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, we have here the clovers.
I have share the wealth.
Well, look at that. Well, ding, ding, ding. Go
Ding,
get you
ding,
a
ding.
scratch card.
Yeah, like go buy the lottery ticket, Cancer.
No kidding. Wow. Um,
Be ready
yeah,
for gifts.
this is a good payout. Number 6 and number 2, if that rings a bell. or she's come across that. Um, yeah, that's actually really good. If you're gonna share the wealth, Scorpio Moon has her address.
Yeah.
Just saying. It's your lucky day. So yeah, if you're watching this segment and that seems to resonate with you, I would advise, you know, to do something like that. So, but if it's not like a big win, right? Um, I would just say like whatever that you're receiving, just because I know Cancer is very nurturing, they would do it anyways. They would share the wealth.
And it could be lucky at like selling a house or getting a new job, or might not be, cash, but just something that represents advancement and wealth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's a good thing. Next we have Leo, and I have the atrium, which is like a garden.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
oh God. I have tough it out. Look, it's a
Oh,
bulldog like my
oh
bulldog.
no. Tough it out. So this is about like being out in public or just I guess like being in a social area. I see here the fountain, so this could be like opening up your emotions in a public way. Um, and let's see, Eight of Swords, just being in your head about like being out there.
Yeah.
Um, I would say, if you feel like constricted to like go out there, don't like really just be, go
Don't
free.
be stubborn.
Mhm.
Don't be a stubborn bulldog. Tough it out.
Mhm. And look, there's that peacock, a white peacock. Oh, there's two of them with some dove birds. I don't know if you
Wow.
can see it.
Spread the love. Be at peace.
Mhm. And there's angels on there, so just go out there. It'll be all right. You might enjoy it. That's what I feel. And you know what? Didn't you tell me you were going out to like a garden or something? Like a garden center?
I've been going to every nursery within an hour of me lately. I've been gathering plants and planting plants, and
So maybe that means do what you love, tough it out. It might be like the achy, like
for those bunnies and groundhogs that eat what I plant.
tough it out.
Plant enough for all of us.
I know it's gonna be good eating.
I hope so. What happened? Where'd she go?
I'm right here. I
Oh
knocked my mouse over.
my.
Oh, I see Alicia. She says, my DM is a Gemini. It's been 2 months since I've heard from him. Oh, okay. Well, you might hear from him soon. It's like birthday season, right?
Or
So,
be open to a new romance.
yeah, you never know. Could be some new stuff. So yeah.
I know people don't always want to hear that, but it's the truth.
I mean, yeah, they might be better the next in line. Um,
Well, so we have Virgo.
mhm.
I have jackpot.
Jackpot. Wow, Virgo. Let's see what is coming through for Virgo. Oh, look, I have the clovers.
Oh man.
And Virgo and Cancer is winning big. Y'all need to go get like the lottery ticket. Now, I'm a Virgo rising. Hmm. Okay,
That would definitely be money in your physical reality.
yeah. Now, I know it's a little too late for me to go to the store. Well, no, it's not till I can go to the vending machine, but I will wait because tomorrow's the 8th.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a money number.
yeah, well, today's the 7th.
I think your mic not. Something happened with the mic. Something happened with the mic.
Who, my mic?
Yes,
Can you hear me?
it's delayed.
Okay.
It's delayed.
Oh, crap. Hello, hello.
I hear you, but your lips aren't moving.
That's okay. We're almost done. Let's go ahead and go to the next. Let's go on to Libra. Oh.
Decision to
Well,
make.
I have. What do you have?
Fork in the road.
I have a horse and mice.
Oh,
So this is about a messenger, okay? Maybe a messenger of someone who is sneaky. Mice are like known to be sneaky, and mischievous. Um, you could receive a message from someone that you love, okay? And that's why there could be a fork in the road. But I feel like they're getting out of it because the mice came out in reverse. So you could hear from someone, okay, that they love you, but there might be a situation that they're still tied to, but just know that they're totally for you. Am I still delayed?
yes. Yes.
Okay. What do you have?
Fork in the road. I think of it as making a decision.
Mm-hmm. Should you stay or should you go?
Or where to eat dinner. Or where to eat dinner.
That sounds good because I know I'm hungry. Uh, okay, next we have Scorpio.
I'm glad you didn't reach out to him, Alicia. He left you hanging. He doesn't deserve to have your sweetness.
Oh, Alicia says she can hear me. Yeah, his birthday was on Monday, and I didn't message him though because he just left me hanging. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Stormy weather. Wow. Scorpio. So, okay, I have the house and the mountain. So there is like some sort of obstacle or challenge when it comes to love. It could be about family. It could be about like a living situation. But there is a blockage here. Okay, so yeah, a little bit difficult energy here with Scorpio.
Yeah, that's kind of their cross to bear in life.
Mm-hmm. I also have here the Eight of Wands. So yeah, so you may hear some information and it may feel unsettling.
But 'twill be okay.
So it will be okay. This too shall pass. Yeah. Everything is temporary.
Right.
All right. So next we have Sag. Hmm. And I have fish.
Oh, I have open mind.
Plenty of fish in the sea. Okay, so that does not mean that for the Lenormand, but hey, keep an open mind. What I'm seeing here is that there could be like an opportunity for money. You just have to like open your mind. So if you're thinking about a career change or just opening yourself up to like new ideas, for financial stability, just be open.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So just be open. Don't close the door. At least not yet.
Always be
So
making
next we
room
have
for the new thing.
Capricorn. What's that?
Always be making room for the new thing. Always be making room for the new thing.
Yes. Yeah. And as a matter of fact, my community is having a garage sale. And so like everyone is being asked to kind of clear out the space so that they can get rid of their old stuff for room for new. And that was actually on the flyer. So yeah,
Oh,
it was perfect. Yeah.
my
The
car
thing
is.
is, I don't know if I have old
My
stuff.
car is. I'm taking a
Your
bunch of.
car is what?
It's full right now to take a load of stuff to consignment tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Well, you already got it going.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay,
Please stand
Cappy,
by.
I have the sun. Okay, so maybe the sun is like maybe you're starting to see that when it comes to a new opportunity, maybe you have to wait. Um, it's not happening fast enough. But it could be for a good reason.
Patience.
Yeah, and Capricorns are very patient. So this could be a work situation. It could be starting on something that brings a sense of stability. Um, so yeah. So I mean that's actually good. I mean it may not happen right away, but again, be on standby.
Please stand by. That's a broadcasting
Um,
term.
I know. It's yeah. It's been a while since I heard that. So next we have Aquarius. Oh wow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I have here the ring, and ring it could mean an engagement, but it's basically a commitment. And so I also see here the ace of clubs, which is the ace of wands. So perhaps like there's this energy of like this quick energy of a commitment, but then it could be like hearsay. That's at least that's what it seems like. Like I heard that before, you know.
Actions speak louder than words, right?
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, because you could like receive like some sort of message, but if nobody's acting onto it, then that's basically yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
where
yeah.
that goes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, and that could be fitting with this energy, because of the Gemini,
Very.
like having expectations and then you're like, yeah, okay, yeah. But Aquarius could actually be more relatable towards this whole Gemini energy because there aren't they like air
Yeah.
signs and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why they're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. So finally we have Pisces. Oh wow, look. I have the well.
Whoa, Nelly.
Well, Nelly, oh, your wish is coming true. It's actually quite positive. So whatever that you've been hoping and wishing for, uh, it's actually a stable offer that's coming through, and you can't believe it. So, yeah, whoa, Nelly. That's actually a good thing. Pisces, Pisces would be like, oh my God, that's amazing. But yeah, maybe it's a positive thing.
Yeah, I think it is.
I had to let her in because she was scraping that door.
Aw.
So yeah, so that's it. That's all we got. So let's see here. Um, you're welcome, Alicia. So yeah, does anyone have any questions for Sunny? Um, yeah, we actually discussed a lot earlier on, but if you have a question for her, now's the time to speak up if you have anything on the brain. And also, if you're looking to get an update on your natal chart, you could definitely visit her at lionmountainhealing.com. And yeah, thank you for doing my chart. And so, yeah, it feels like everything kind of checks out. Um,
Thank you for my
and
reading.
it's always nice. Yeah, it's always nice to get like a quick little check in every once in a while, just to kind of like keep things in perspective and stuff.
It's an amazing language.
Enjoy-
Sure. Amazing language. Sure.
Yeah. Luna, say hello.
Luna.
Yeah.
Luna.
No, not me.
Cutie pie. Cutie pie.
He's like, what is this? Do you want to see Leon and little man Mojo? She hadn't seen them in a while.
I know. I keep meaning to
I
bring.
haven't seen them in a while.
I keep meaning to bring.
Maybe if we go live a little bit earlier, and
We can have a little date with the dogs. We can have a little date with the dogs.
yeah, I mean they just show up, and then we can just put them where they need to go.
Put them away. Put them away.
Yeah, Luna doesn't like to be put away, right, Luna?
She's so cute. She's so cute.
She has really changed. She's still like in her hyper energy. I don't know if your boys are.
Yes, they were doing zoomies earlier.
They were doing zoomies earlier. Oh, okay, yeah. So they're not aged yet or matured yet.
Not at all. Not at all.
Yeah, Luna is still like trotting around and doing her thing, but yeah. But she does have her quiet moments. Like at night, she likes to be quiet and lay next to me, or during the day, she likes to do the little nap and she's quiet. But like if she hears people, like how like I'm on live right now, then she's all curious and she wants to be a part of it. So she's very social. So it's kind of strange because she's a Cancer, you know. Mm.
Do you want to hold on and let me go get mine? You want to hold on and let me go get mine?
Are you gonna bring them?
I can if you want.
Yeah, bring them.
I'm going to leave this see if it helps with the feedback. See if it helps. I'll be right back with my dogs.
Okay.
Right back with my dogs.
Okay. Hello now. Say hello. Hello. Hello, Alicia. Say hello. Oh man. And she is shedding a lot because it's summertime. Right, honey? She's like, what in the heck are we doing? Are we looking at ourselves? Are we looking at ourselves? Do you want to see Leon and Mojo? You haven't seen them in a long time. So I hope that you've been doing well. Your Pomeranian passed a few years ago, and I don't know if I can get another one right now. Oh yeah, it takes a few years to kind of get over it. I had another pug before Luna, and I think it took me 5 years before I pug. And so yeah, my first one was a boy, but this one is a girl. So, and I wasn't gonna get a girl, but I ended up having one, and she was the sweetest thing, and her temperament is so much better than the boy. Like the boys were rough, but she's very sweet, but she can be very bossy. Right, Lena? She's like, what? Are you standing up like a human? Oh, here she is.
All right, come here. All right, come here. Oh, it's still doing that thing.
Oh, should I log out and log in? Oh, look at him. He's so cute. Look, Luna. Look. He's so cute. Oh my God. I haven't seen him in a long time. Look, it's Batman. Where's Robin?
I'm going to see if I can do them both in my lap at the same time. It's going to be.
Oh, okay. Hey,
come here,
Luna, you see him? He's so cute. Look, Luna's smiling. She's got her tongue out. Look at Luna's face. Oh, he's so cute. Oh, look at his eyeballs. What the
He's got wild eyes.
Is that him?
This is Mojo.
What? His eyes are trippy. I never knew his eyeballs were like that.
My neighbors called him wild eyes.
Yeah, his eyes are like popping out.
See, there you go.
Look, it's Mojo.
Hi there.
Hello.
Yeah.
What?
So we're not used to being up here. This is where
he's like all looking at. Oh, okay. So they might suspect something else.
So Leon, help me up here. You got to help me. I can't do it all by myself. Hey, look, come here. I'm afraid when I bend over, I'll lose one.
Oh, okay.
I got my mojo.
Look.
But it works on
Look at some Mojo. Yeah, Luna has a smile on her face. She's like, wow, what is this?
Mojo's a little shy.
Hey, Mojo. Yeah, I never knew his eyeballs were like that.
This is the big boy.
He's the stud, right? The one that
he found something he's
eating. Look, it's little Leon, or actually big Leon.
Yes, Leon is big.
He's the big boy. Like Luna is like all interested. Look at that.
Yeah. Love a boy. He's
She's
my
like,
little love
what?
boy. Yeah. Yeah.
That's just so weird how she's like smiling and looking and hey Leon, are you shy?
Leon.
Luna's like, yeah.
Can you look at the camera?
He got the licking of the lips.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He's a handsome boy. He's a handsome boy.
They both are handsome. Like I haven't seen them since they were almost like babies, like
Oh, they're
puppies.
3 years old now. They're 3 years old now.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Luna, like she's the one, yeah, not even 2 years old, almost 2 in July. So yeah, Luna, say hello.
Leon wants to explore all the paper around here because he has this thing for paper.
Yeah, I know you told me. Yeah. Okay, Luna.
All right. Well, we had our meet and greet.
Yeah, thank you for sharing them. I haven't seen them in forever. They're so cute. Even Mojo, like I can't believe his eyeballs are like just so cute.
He's wild-eyed.
Yeah, yeah.
Leon's got
Big
this
boy, like big
eye.
eyes. So cute. Oh my god.
Mojo working.
So I noticed their coat is more chocolate now, right?
He is, and then he's more black.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because
Darker.
like when they were babies, they look more black, but now that they're like filled out and grown, like I can tell, like they have like a chocolatey.
It's called Brindle.
Brindle. Okay, Brindle.
Let's see if I can show you. You see?
Oh yeah, I see. Oh yeah, he's got mixture in there.
So then, little Mojo, he's more.
Oh yeah, he's more
dark.
solid. Yeah. Look at he's so cute. Oh my god. Look at him. Like every time I see him, he's true. Oh my god, I can't believe.
We found a plastic thing that goes on my chair.
Oh no, that's not a good thing.
They're in uncharted.
Aw. Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't want them to like tear anything up in your office area.
We're gonna go for a walk. They've been sleeping.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good because it should be cooled down by now over there.
So are we gonna shoot for the 21st and the full moon?
Yeah, we can, unless something else happens. So yeah, we can do the same time. Well, you know, like our normal same time.
Yes, when we get broadcasting connections.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm going to get these little munchkins outside. I will see you soon.
Okay. All right. Have a good night and thank you for sharing.
See you soon.
I love seeing them again.
We'll do it again.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.